start. At 100%. I'm gonna check real quick. That is not what I wanted to know.
I'm gonna go put a heat lamp on my chickens.
I just started it. Huh.
All right, we can do the topic.
Okay.
So
Oh, go on.
ask the question, you
Oh,
freaking nerd.
oh, sorry. Uh, what was the question? Oh,
Oh
is it?
my.
Okay, be patient. Is it fair for transgender people to go into like Olympic, like sports as the opposite gender, vice versa?
So you mean, is it fine for men to identify as women and then go compete in women's
Yeah,
sports? That's the question.
yeah,
Not at all. Because you see, there's like in the UFC, for example, I don't know if it was the UFC. There was some kind of fight where a dude presumably couldn't win a fight as a man, so he identified as a woman and just basically killed a girl.
uh, that's
And then there's like, and then yeah, yeah, it's pretty dark, right? And there's like other instances of people just or not people, these men identifying as women, just like going to women's sports and just like taking the top place away from like women who have worked like really hard for it, just because like they couldn't do well as a man.
yeah,
And
it's
like even if they are just like a transgender who just happened to want to compete in sports, it's like they should like either make their own league or compete in men's sports. Because the thing is they've had testosterone all their life. Even if they have like testosterone blockers and estrogen or whatever injected into them, the thing is like they'll still have had it their whole life. So they still have much of the muscle development there, and they still have the bone structure of a male, as well as usually being much taller, as men are usually taller than women. So it's like
yeah,
it's such a super unfair advantage.
yeah, yeah. It's not anywhere fair. It's like a 20-year-old going against like a 10-year-old. It's
Yeah, it's like, hey, I identify as a preschooler, and then I win I win the 15-yard dash.
wait. I just realized something. The filters is too.
The what?
Every time I like laugh or something like that, it doesn't catch it. I can see the bar not going up when I laugh. Thinks I'm
That's crazy,
extra
dog.
noise. Yeah, very crazy. But isn't there other instances like in track in like
Oh yeah.
track
Oh
and
yeah,
field
there is.
sports?
Hold up, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. There's like so many instances of this. And like there's like people trying to frame it as the right wing is trying to ban transgenders from playing sports when that's like not
The
what it
right
is at
wing?
all. Yeah.
Oh, that's it's not fair. If you want to be slaughtered in a game, that's your own. It's not good
No, if
either
you wanna
ways.
but the thing is
It's
they're
not good.
going to slaughter people in games.
No, it's not good either way. That the full grown male going up against like a 12-year-old. They're built like a 12-year-old. In
Yeah.
their leg, or a 12-year-old or a 12-year-old. It'd be like a development of like a 12-year-old male going into a full grown
Yeah,
man's
the
sport.
thing
It's
is
not
it's
fair either way.
even worse in combat. The thing is it's even worse in combat because not only is it not fair, but in combat sports, these women can get injured and like brutally injured. Like obviously they already could, but it takes it like to a whole nother level. Like say MMA for example, a transgender man who like wasn't even that good against most women could kill them. That sounds morbid, but it's just true.
Yeah, yeah, like in my school, I'd be like a little bit above average, like in speed wise, but like we girls, if I was, let's say, in a girls track, like, cause there's a track meet and there's like a kind of like girls go, then boys go, not just mixing them together. If I was for girls, like, cause I'm pretty sure in my school I'm like probably be the second fastest girl, easily, without just being not even having to try.
Exactly. You kind of jumbled that up a bit, but I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I
Yeah.
think I have a speech impediment or something like that.
It's like I'm a pretty decent martial artist, right? But if I went to the UFC and like, what division am I? If I just, it doesn't even matter. If I just went to the UFC, I might, I might do somewhat decent, but I definitely wouldn't be that good. In the women's division, I would literally slaughter them. It wouldn't even be funny. I don't even know what else I have to say to keep it a fat stack.
It's just it's stupid. Oh, I can only see it one way is if a male is just like, you know what, this is I want to actually win something and feel powerful, even though they have a muscle development of a beach ball. They wanted to go into a women's sport like in like you said UFC, track, anything kind of like muscle related. Not really like a chess team. I don't think that would really do much good for them.
See, and the thing is the SJWs, the blue-haired feminists, are like, they're saying stuff like, you're trying to ban transgenders from playing sports, and
Trying
it's
to
not like
save
that at
you.
all. Yeah, we're trying to save you from death.
They're trying to save you from potentially getting your butt kicked and getting your feelings
Your
hurt by
your butt your
by
butt kicked and your butt sticked.
yeah. It's not really much more to talk about with this.
Yeah, I don't think
It,
so.
it's,
I think
unless
we about covered
how long has this been? Not even 10 minutes.
it.
It shows you if
Is it?
I think the only way
Is,
this could be dragged on longer is if we had someone here like a feminist or something like that saying, "Oh no, girls are stronger than men."
yeah,
That's
we need
just
Res Night.
yeah, that's the only way we could drag this on because we can go on a whole slur, probably make them cry easily. Because
Yeah.
I've had some people they're like, well, I don't want to want to admit it, but guys are seem to be stronger and faster than girls. I'm just like, oh yeah, one's got steroids, one doesn't.
Yeah.
One was literally built
Yeah,
with
like man,
steroids.
people don't realize as well. They'll be like, "Oh, well, their testosterone isn't that high anymore." It's like what a woman's would be. And their estrogen is like what a woman's would be. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
at
they still
5.
had like super high. They've still had like 700 average nanograms per deciliter of testosterone their entire life. So they've naturally been able to develop more muscle because of that. And just
Bone
because the
structure, like you said,
testosterone's
yeah.
gone does just because the testosterone's gone doesn't mean that they just lose that muscle magically, right? They still have it. And plus the bone structure, like I said earlier, their bone structure is just way different, as well as naturally being taller most of
Yeah, I'm pretty sure aren't their bones denser and shoulders
the time.
broader?
Male bones are denser and our shoulders tend to be a lot broader. Yeah.
I know some girls they have a small waist and just they're built like a child
Small.
from the waist up.
Uh, all right.
Because I know that most people like there'd be like a let's say like a 120 pound girl, she'll like deadlift like 300 and like squat 170, and
Well, that's a bad ratio. That's a bad
I'll
deadlift to squat ratio.
I'm just making an example. I'm not saying that's an actual person.
Yeah, I know, I know.
But and then they will get to arms and they'll be struggling with the bar. on bench press or like
Yeah, yeah,
lat pulls.
yeah. Well, a big part of well, deadlift specifically is just your skeletal um design or your structure, because the longer your arms are, the easier it is because the less distance you have to move it.
Also, normally longer arms, taller you are.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But the longer your arms are proportional to your body, the harder it's going to be. Or, I mean, the easier it's going to be because the less distance you have to move it.
Yeah, but I know some people like last year I was in athletics and I was put in the same like kind of division as someone else and we were lifting, so we were squatting, not squatting, deadlifting. At the time I think I was doing like 130 and I would go all the way up and go all the way down and my friend next to me was doing 150. Like I'd probably be moving easily a foot up. He'll be going like 2 inches because he's like I think like 4'11".
Yeah, like with long arms.
Eh, think so. He's like pretty average, but he doesn't really have to go up. He has to move like a 2 inches to fully lock out.
Yeah, but proportional to him, that's like a decent amount to have to move. Because, like, if his arms are like normal to his proportions.
I don't think his arms are. I don't know. Still less distance.
Yeah,
So it's normal. It doesn't matter. The weight isn't really kind of. I don't know what the word is. Because the weight is still. Let's say we still lift the same weight. He has to go less distance. It's just easier. He would have to do a certain
yeah,
amount more weight than me.
but he also has a smaller frame, so it's like less muscle to be able to be packed on.
True, but not at this point. We're both
What?
skinny.
Well, that would make it even harder on him then, because if he's also skinny, then that means there's even less muscle there for him.
Skinny, but he's probably if you scaled him up to me, he'd probably be like 180. But like he's skinny relatively to like compared to like everybody else. He's like 90, and I'm like 120. At the time, I think I was like probably his weight, but like a bigger frame.
I see what you mean.
A 5'6" frame compared to a 4'11" frame, both at the same weight. Now I think
So
he's
anyway,
like 100.
transgenders in women's sports.
Kind of relates to it. Yeah, acts like a girl.
Yeah, yeah, kind of.
It's I don't know how we got this far with the going from transgenders being in that to that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Another little point I have before I have to go here is the argument that saying their hormones are the same as a woman's now is so stupid, right? Because like if I decide to go on a steroid cycle, I'm just blasting trend, blasting test. Um, I could be doing that for like 2 years, and then I could come off cycle and get my testosterone back to the average of what a man's would be. I would still have the benefits of the trend. I would still have the benefits of the steroids, even though I'm technically at the same hormone levels as the average man. It doesn't just work that way. You don't just magically become the same because your hormone levels are the same. That's just stupid.
Yeah, it's like saying it's like you one dude hasn't touched a weight in his life, just living a normal life. Why does my chair keep moving? And the other person lifted for like 5 years straight, then just stopped for like 2 years, and you both try to get in a fight. Like, oh yeah, I haven't been lifting for 2 years. Or okay, maybe a better example would be that other guy never touched a weight, only touched for like 5 years, just main gained.
Maybe saying like martial arts would be a better example.
Like, give me an example.
Like so, um, I haven't actively say there's a guy who I don't know. All right, I got one. There's a guy who hasn't trained in any martial arts for 5 years, and then there's another guy who's never trained. and the guy who's trained will obviously probably win. So when he wins, he's like, well, it's not like it's like I don't,
English?
you know, having a little stroke here. You see
Just
where I'm
sometimes.
going, though.
Yeah.
I was trying to make a one-to-one comparison of the
The one's gonna
example
get
you
there
were.
and one's gonna be like, oh, this was easy. I haven't done this in forever and I still beat you.
Yeah, exactly. You still done it at one point, so it's like you still have the benefits from it. You don't just magically lose all of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you just, even though
Anyways,
like,
before I use up my last neuron, I'm probably gonna go. So good night.
yeah, oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Okay, yeah, good night.
Good night.
Bye. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the stream and peace.